This is Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports. We're here with Rico Nappy after the Eagles defeat Manassas Park 49-0. Rico scored a touchdown and had an interception. Can you just talk a little bit about the game tonight?
Our team did it incredible tonight. Our D-line, I give them most of the credit on defense. They were rushing all night, and they got a lot of hurries, which allowed the defensive secondary to get open, be able to make plays in the secondary, and it's just defense won the game, I think.
And I was talking to Coach last week about a possible letdown after the big win over Dominion, but it sounds like you guys had a good week of practice.
Yeah, our practice this week was just like any other week. We treated them like Dominion, and we just came out and grinded.
And I know it's got to be kind of tough to stay up when you jumped up to a 28-0 lead in the first quarter. What do you got to do to keep yourself focused out there?
Just treat it like it's the first quarter throughout the entire game. Just treat it like the score's 0-0.
And you got to go your first road game next weekend at Hanley. How you feel about that one?
We're gonna go to practice this week. We're just gonna do like we did every week this year so far, and just hopefully come out with a win next week.
All right. Well, you heard that from Rico Nappy. He had a big game tonight on defense for the Eagles in their big win. It's Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports. Thanks.
Thank you.
We're here with the Eagles quarterback, Colby Childs. Colby, you had a good night tonight passing, a lot more passing than last week. How did it feel out there?
It felt awesome. The offensive line did their jobs, gave me time to throw the ball. Wide receivers and tight ends caught the ball. It was a good night.
And how about the off and on rain? Did you have any hard time holding on?
Not throwing, but like putting the ball on the tee for Baja to kick. The ball was just slipping off the tee, and that was the hardest part, I thought.
And I was asking Rico, you guys jumped out to a 28-0 lead. What do you have to do mentally to keep yourself in the game? I mean, it'd be easy to drift away with a big, quick lead like that.
We just got to keep our composure and just keep on playing hard, because at any time it could go a different way and they can keep on scoring on us. But we kept our composure and we just kept on scoring, and they couldn't come back.
And I guess you feel good that all the guys got into play tonight. I know you don't probably like coming out, but you guys everybody got a good shot at playing.
Yes, sir. Everybody did well. Everybody came in, did what they had to do, and can't be more proud.
And you got to go on the road next week to Hanley. How's it feel to be playing in the Hanley Bowl?
It's exciting. They have a really nice facility, so it's gonna bring a lot of people, and it's gonna be fun to play.
Is that gonna be your first game on artificial turf?
I played a couple games on freshman on George Mason.
That's right, Mason's got turf.
So it's gonna be exciting.
All right, well, you heard that from the Eagles quarterback, Colby Childs. He had a good night tonight in the air and on the ground in the 49-0 victory over Manassas Park. It's Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports.
Thank you.
We're here with Kyle Baylor after the Eagles win tonight over Manassas Park. Kyle had a touchdown and several big returns. Can you just talk a little bit about the game?
Well, on the returns, I was just looking for any open gap, and when I saw one, I just took it. And our special teams on the punt return, we went over it all week, and they just did their job and blocked pretty good.
And I was asking Colby, how, with the weather conditions, how hard was it to keep a grip on things tonight?
Well, actually, it wasn't that bad. They did a good job at keeping the balls dry, so we had good grip, even with gloves on. So it wasn't really too bad.
And can you just talk briefly about your touchdown?
Well, I dropped the punt when I first tried to catch it, and then I picked it up, and then I just saw the sideline open, and I just ran for it. And,
of course, you almost got in on another run around in. How do you feel about handling next week?
I think they have some athletes. We just got to come out and do what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks and just do our job.
All right, well, you heard that from Kyle Baylor. He's one of the area's leading return men after 2 weeks of play. Had a big game tonight, and we'll head to Hanley next week for the third game of the season. It's Mo Murphy with Clarke County Sports. Thank you, Kyle. We're here with the Eagles head coach Chris Parker after they pick up their second win, a 49-0 shutout. Coach, can you just talk a little bit about tonight's game?
Well, I'm really happy with it. I mean, 49-0, you can't really complain. Hall of Fame night. On film, after a big win, we didn't want to have a letdown. Not to be disrespectful, but Manassas Park, I didn't have, I think, the same caliber team that we play with Dominion. So we thought that we had a great chance to win. We never take an opponent lightly, but we wanted to come into the game and do what we do, but then we wanted to work on things. And we had a game plan to work on our passing game in game-like situations. That's why we threw it. Second half, if we were fortunate enough to be up like we were, then we never throw the ball in the second half like that, just sportsmanship. But first half, that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to come out and pound it, and then we scored quickly, and then we had a couple other, a punt return and defensive score, and then the next possession we start throwing it. And then we got back to our running game. So defense played great. I think, as far as I know, everybody got quality time with a running clock in the second half, and 49 points in the shutout. I can't complain.
Yeah, I thought Colby looked pretty good throwing the ball. He completed, I don't know how many there to start, and then he had a few incompletions, but got to be pleased with the way he was putting it up.
He's got a lot of poise for a sophomore. I thought he did a great job. I think on that one drive he was 4 for 4 on that touchdown drive, if I'm not mistaken. And the couple that he did complete that were out of bounds, I mean, they were pretty close to being completions. He put it in there where he had to, and he did a great job.
And how do you keep you guys motivated when it was 28-0 early in the first quarter, and it seems like it might be hard to keep them in focus?
Well, sometimes it is. We talked about that, and again, we don't take any opponent lightly, and we game plan and spend time watching film and scouting reports and for everybody we play. But we felt like that we were stronger and, like I said earlier, had a great chance to dominate the game. So you have to take the point of view, or the coaching point, I guess, is that, look, you can't play down. You got to keep playing hard and sort of set your goals for yourself that, we're going to run the plays right. We're going to tackle and wrap up and do special teams right. We're not going to go into the game just like it's just going to magically happen. And, we made mistakes, but I thought we did a lot of great things too.
And then you go to Winchester next weekend to play Hanley. How you feel about that? When I heard, I think Harrisonburg beat them tonight.
Hanley's greatly improved. I saw them live in 2 scrimmages in the Hanley Bowl, and they've improved since last year. It'll be a tough game. You play in the Hanley Bowl, and it's basically a close team rivalry, or if you want to say that. And I'm sure it'll be a very physical, high-spirited game, and our guys will be up. They'll be up for that game.
Kind of a college atmosphere playing
Yes,
over
it
there
is.
on Saturday with the backdrop and everything.
Yeah, it's a great environment.
Okay, well, you heard that from Coach Chris Parker. He goes to 2-0. His team goes to 2-0 with a win over Manassas Park, and they will go on the road next week to Hanley. This is Mo Murphy from Clarke County Sports.
Thank you, Mo.
Thanks.
Congratulations again.
Thanks a lot.
Well deserved.